True happiness is not something you can find outside yourself. Many people spend their lives chasing external goals, believing that a new relationship, career success, financial wealth, or even the perfect circumstances will finally bring them peace and fulfillment. Yet time and time again, those who achieve these milestones often find themselves still feeling unfulfilled. This is because happiness isn't a destination or something that can be given to you. It's an internal state of being that you cultivate from within. We've been conditioned to believe that external achievements are the key to happiness. Society reinforces the idea that the next big promotion, the dream home, or an exotic vacation will somehow fix the dissatisfaction we feel. But this mindset creates a never-ending cycle of seeking, where contentment always seems just out of reach. It's a harsh truth, but unless you learn to nurture inner joy, no amount of external success will ever truly satisfy you. Happiness starts with self-awareness. It's about taking a step back and asking yourself what truly brings you joy, not what you think should make you happy based on others' expectations or societal norms. Often the simplest things, like spending time in nature, practicing gratitude, or connecting deeply with others, bring the most profound sense of fulfillment. These experiences aren't dependent on material wealth or external approval. They come from aligning with what resonates with your authentic self. Cultivating inner joy requires intentional effort. It means quieting the noise of the world and tuning in to your own inner voice. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, or journaling can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Gratitude, in particular, is a powerful tool to shift your focus from what's lacking to what you already have. When you start appreciating the small blessings in your life, you create a sense of abundance and contentment that no external achievement can replicate. This truth may feel uncomfortable at first because it places responsibility for your happiness squarely in your hands. But this realization is also liberating. You don't have to wait for life to align perfectly to feel happy. By fostering joy within yourself, you unlock the ability to find peace and fulfillment no matter your circumstances. And when you realize this, you take the first step toward truly transforming your life. Life is unpredictable. And one of the hardest truths to accept is that you cannot control everything. As human beings, we crave certainty and stability, but the reality is that life operates on its own terms. The weather changes without warning, relationships evolve, and opportunities come and go, often without notice. When we cling tightly to the need for control, we set ourselves up for frustration, stress, and disappointment. Because the more we try to hold on, the more life proves that it cannot be confined to our expectations. It's not about resigning yourself to chaos or apathy, but rather learning to embrace the flow of life. The key lies in understanding that while you can't control external events, you always have control over your response. This shift in focus is where your real power lies. Instead of expending energy trying to force outcomes or resist change, redirect that energy inward to cultivate resilience and adaptability. It's this mindset that allows you to remain calm and centered even in the face of uncertainty. Think about how much stress comes from wishing things were different or obsessing over what might go wrong. This kind of thinking not only drains your energy, but also keeps you stuck in a loop of anxiety and dissatisfaction. By surrendering the illusion of control, you free yourself from that mental trap. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of resistance and trusting that even if things don't go as planned, you will find a way forward. Often speaks about the importance of training your mind to stay present. Worrying about the future or regretting the past only pulls you away from the present moment where life is actually happening. When you learn to be present, you also learn to trust the process of life. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. Accepting that you can't control everything is liberating because it shifts your perspective. Instead of trying to make the world conform to your desires, you learn to adapt and flow with it. This doesn't mean you don't set goals or work toward your dreams. It simply means you approach them with a sense of flexibility and trust. When you let go of control, you make space for peace, joy, and unexpected possibilities to enter your life. Your thoughts shape your reality, and this is one of the most transformative yet challenging truths to accept. Every day your mind generates countless thoughts, and each one carries the power to influence your emotions, actions, and ultimately the life you create. If your mental landscape is dominated by negativity, fear, or self-doubt, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, shaping your experiences in ways that reinforce those limiting beliefs. On the other hand, when you cultivate empowering, optimistic thoughts, you open the door to a completely different set of possibilities. The connection between your thoughts and your reality isn't just philosophical, it's scientific. Studies on neuroplasticity and teachings like show that your brain rewires itself based on the thoughts you consistently entertain. When you repeatedly focus on problems, you strengthen neural pathways associated with stress and fear. But when you redirect your focus toward gratitude, solutions, and opportunities, your brain begins to align itself with those positive outcomes. Essentially, your thoughts act as a blueprint for your experiences, attracting circumstances and situations that match your mindset. This truth can be uncomfortable because it places immense responsibility on you. It's far easier to blame external circumstances for unhappiness than to confront the role your own mind plays in perpetuating it. However, this responsibility is also empowering. It means that by changing your thought patterns, you have the power to change your life. Start by becoming aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. Are they rooted in lack, fear, or limitation? If so, challenge them. Replace "I can't" with "I can learn." Replace "nothing ever works out for me" with "every challenge is an opportunity for growth." This shift won't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you'll begin to notice how your mindset influences your emotions and actions. Visualization is another powerful tool. When you vividly imagine the life you want and truly believe it's possible, you signal to your brain that this is your reality. Over time, your subconscious mind aligns your thoughts, feelings, and actions to bring that vision into existence. When you realize that your thoughts shape your reality, you unlock the ability to consciously create a life aligned with your true desires. It's not about avoiding challenges, but about approaching them with a mindset that empowers you to grow, thrive, and find joy no matter the circumstances. Change is one of the few constants in life, yet it's something many of us resist with every fiber of our being. We cling to routines, familiar environments, and people, hoping they'll remain as they are forever. But the truth is, life is always in motion, and resisting that flow only creates pain and frustration. The fear of change often stems from a desire for control or a fear of the unknown. However, by resisting change, we miss out on the very opportunities that lead to growth, discovery, and happiness. At first, change can feel uncomfortable, even painful. Stepping out of your comfort zone often involves letting go of the familiar and facing uncertainty. But growth doesn't happen when you stay where it's safe. It happens when you challenge yourself, adapt, and learn new ways of being. Think about the most meaningful moments of your life. Chances are they didn't come from staying in your comfort zone. They came from taking risks, trying something new, or facing unexpected challenges head on. Change isn't just necessary, it's transformative. It pushes you to evolve, to become more resilient, and to see the world through new perspectives. The discomfort that comes with change is often a sign that you're growing. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing. Instead of viewing change as something to fear, you can start to see it as an opportunity to explore new possibilities and uncover your potential. Often speaks about breaking free from the habitual patterns of thought and behavior that keep us stuck. These patterns, while familiar, limit our ability to experience life fully. Change disrupts those patterns, creating space for new habits, new beliefs, and ultimately a new reality. When you embrace change, you're essentially embracing the idea that life is fluid and that every ending is the start of a new beginning. Resisting change only delays your growth. Accepting it, on the other hand, allows you to move through life with greater ease and flexibility. It's not about blindly welcoming every challenge, but about trusting that each change holds the potential for something greater. The more you lean into the flow of life, the more you'll discover that change is not the enemy. It's the catalyst for a richer, more fulfilling existence. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering yet difficult truths to accept. It's natural to want to attribute our struggles or unhappiness to external factors, the way we were raised, unfair circumstances, or the actions of others. While these factors may influence your experiences, they don't define your potential to create a fulfilling life. Blaming others or the world for your situation keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration and victimhood, unable to move forward. True freedom comes when you take full ownership of your choices, mindset, and actions. This truth isn't about denying the challenges you've faced or invalidating your pain. Life is complex, and some circumstances are genuinely difficult. However, dwelling on what's outside your control only deepens feelings of helplessness. When you shift your focus to what you can control, your responses, your attitude, and the effort you put into personal growth, you reclaim your power. Taking responsibility is not easy because it requires honesty and self-reflection. It means looking at your life and asking, what role have I played in creating this situation? This isn't about self-blame, it's about self-awareness. For example, if you're stuck in an unfulfilling job, ask yourself what steps you've taken or avoided taking to change that. If you're unhappy in a relationship, reflect on how your own behaviors or choices may have contributed to the dynamic. This level of introspection can be uncomfortable, but it's the first step toward meaningful change. Often emphasizes that we are the creators of our reality, and that starts with taking accountability for how we show up in the world. By recognizing your power to influence your circumstances, you free yourself from the belief that life is something that simply happens to you. Instead, you start to see life as something you can actively shape. Owning your responsibility doesn't mean you have to do everything alone or never seek help. It means acknowledging that the direction of your life ultimately rests in your hands. It's about making conscious choices that align with your goals and values, even when it's hard. When you stop waiting for someone else to change your life and take action yourself, you unlock a sense of control and purpose that no one can take away from you. Perfection is an illusion, yet so many of us spend our lives striving for it, believing it's the ultimate key to happiness. We think that once we achieve the perfect job, the perfect relationship, or the perfect version of ourselves, we'll finally feel complete. But this pursuit of perfection creates endless pressure and leaves little room for joy. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. It's a moving target, shaped by unrealistic expectations we impose on ourselves or accept from society. The sooner we let go of the need to be perfect, the freer and happier we become. The belief in perfection is often rooted in fear of failure, judgment, or not being enough. This fear drives us to overanalyze, procrastinate, or avoid taking risks altogether. We become so focused on getting everything exactly right that we lose sight of what really matters: growth, connection, and the experiences that bring us fulfillment. Life isn't about flawless execution, it's about progress and learning. Each misstep or imperfection is an opportunity to grow, not a reflection of failure. Think about the times you felt most alive or accomplished. Chances are those moments weren't perfect, but they were meaningful because you showed up authentically, embraced the process, and allowed yourself to be human. Striving for perfection robs you of those experiences. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and comparison where no achievement feels good enough and no amount of effort brings satisfaction. Letting go of perfection doesn't mean you stop aiming for excellence. It means shifting your mindset from rigid expectations to self-compassion and adaptability. Celebrate progress, however small, and recognize that growth often comes through trial and error. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, start where you are with what you have. The courage to take imperfect action often leads to the most meaningful outcomes. It teaches that our thoughts and emotions shape our reality. When we release perfectionism and embrace authenticity, we align with the flow of life, creating space for joy, creativity, and connection. Perfection isn't what makes you worthy or successful. It's your ability to show up, imperfections and all, that creates a truly fulfilling life. Let go of the need to be perfect, and you discover the freedom to fully live and thrive.